All right, it's 12:30, everyone. Let's get started. Yay, KDF. All right. Gather around. Thank you, everyone. All right, hey, folks. Y'all who know who I am, I'm Dan. Thanks for being here. I do longsword. That's about it. So first of all, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping just to walk through some basics for the afternoon, and then we'll try to get through that as fast as possible, and then we'll get right into it. First of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for investing your time and your energy and effort and money for being here. I do not take your time and effort for granted, and I hope that this is as informative and useful 4 hours as it can be. So I'm so excited to train together, and I'll be doing a lot of the teaching, but I'll also be learning from you, and I hope this is really interactive and a fun back and forth experience. Couple pieces of housekeeping. Obviously, it's warm. We have one source of ventilation in this room. So please take care of yourselves, pace yourselves, take breaks. If you need to take a minute for water, if you need to rest or anything, that's totally fine. This is going to be a scholastic seminar. This is not beat the hell out of each other seminar. So please pace yourselves. The goal is for everyone to leave here with better understanding rather than being heat stroked out, right? Yes, question.
Where is a water fountain?
I'm so glad you asked. So there's a water fountain right through that door behind the camera. There's also restrooms here, and I'm understanding restrooms around the corner here, but yeah. So there's multiple restrooms.
Upstairs, one flight.
Right. So if there's restrooms, water fountain, fan, seats. I think we're going to be okay, but please feel free to advocate for yourself and say, hey, I need to take a rest. It's been a heat wave. Totally fine with that. Like I mentioned, it's a scholastic seminar, and I'm not going to be going super hard. So my style for teaching these kinds of seminars is kind of call and response, get people's thoughts, get people's opinions. This is meant to be participatory. If you have a question or are unsure about it, but you're not quite sure about asking it, please voice it. Please let us know, because chances are somebody else in the room also has that question. And chances are it's because I didn't explain something as well as I could have. And I'm happy to try to rephrase things and re-clarify some stuff. When you do speak up, raise your hand and introduce yourself. So, hi, I'm Dan. I'm with the Center for Blade Arts, right? We have folks from 8 different clubs represented here today. It's a wonderfully diverse group. So one of the goals I hope we all have is to make friends and to share styles, but that starts with sharing names. So please don't be a stranger to me or to others in this room, and we'll have some fun with it. I also made sure everyone did gear check. Thanks to Taylor Hodney and for the St. Paul Fry Factor group for hosting us, right? They've been wonderful. Best wishes to Scott McDonald, their fearless leader, who would be here, except he's recovering from surgery he had 2 days ago. So we're going to get him the footage. Speaking of, you guys notice the camera is rolling. I am taking footage of this. So the goal is just to have it as a resource for everybody, including myself and for everyone here. If you do not want your face or name recorded or something like that, please let me know. I'm very happy to play editor, cut clips, put in little emojis in front of people's faces so people don't have their personas online if you don't want it. But having said that, everyone is going to get a playlist or a link to a YouTube playlist of everything that we're recording today. You're also going to get a 4.5-page written outline of all the details of definitions, concepts, and the drills that we're doing. We might deviate a little bit from that. We'll see how the day goes. But at the end of the day, you're going to have resources for you that extend past this 4-hour experience. That's pretty much everything I'm tracking for how. Whenever you guys are noticing I'm wearing safety glasses, whenever you guys have swords in your hands, please have some kind of facial protection on. That's why one of the reasons we did a gear check. This is my bare minimum. Do as I say, not as I do. But please have your masks on whenever you're picking up a sword, and make sure you're mindful of your distance, just basic courtesies, and embrace the idea of going at the speed of understanding rather than trying to just go as fast as possible with your swords for safety and for knowledge. Any questions on that housekeeping? We all good? Cool. All right. I also want to introduce my friend Jason. Jason, come out here. Everyone give a hand to Jason. Come into the camera. You don't be afraid. Jason is a great friend of mine. He and I train together and swap ideas around and learn from each other. He's going to be my second for today. So generally what's going to happen is we'll talk about some concepts. Jason and I will do some demonstration of something, and then we'll break off into pairs and then do a drill and then come back together. When we do come back together, because the camera is rolling, I would like the space that is on this line between the two, on the volleyball court, I'd like this to be open, and then we can congregate half the people over here, half the people over here, so we get a good view of the camera. Okay, so let's try this. Jason, if you can come over here, please make some space. So the focus of this seminar is on the concept of structure. Structure is one of these words that we throw around sometimes in fencing, and we often don't have a very clear definition for it. But if we have a really good definition for it and use it as a lens to interpret our fencing and how to improve it and how to take advantage of mistakes that our opponent is making, then we can be better fencers. So we're going to spend 4 hours exploring definitions of what structure means in terms of concepts that are within the Kunst des Fechtens German longsword tradition. The first hour is going to be talking about strong and weak, or strength and weakness. The second hour is going to be talking about the idea of long and short, or lengthened and shortened alignment. The third hour is going to be talking about understanding what broken structure is. And the fourth hour is going to be talking about how we take the idea of structure for our advantage and use it as the basis for strategy in our fencing. So there's going to be a lot of longsword, but these are all principles that we can apply to our fencing regardless of what weapon system we're using. But before we get into any of that, we're going to not have any swords in our hands for the first 2 drills. So Jason, if you can come on guard here. The first game that we're going to do, just to warm up, is meant to feel out our body position and how important it is for the concept of structure. And this game is called wrist wrestling. So Jason, if you can take your hands together, you're going to put them at the wrists like this. And a couple of rules: you're not going to separate your hands. You're not going to grab or grasp like this. And you're not going to punch or push, right? If you get into a ready position, the goal of this game, and it is a game, but play it nicely, is for me to hold my hands like this, or you can have them together like that, and to gain an overbind, over control of my training partner's wrist. So a win condition could end up looking like that. Once you get here, reset and try it. Let's just try a couple gentle passes to demonstrate. And go. Here you go, you got control over here. Let's reset. And I gain control, right? So find a partner, find some space in the gym, pair off. Wrist wrestling at the wrists, no grabbing or separating or punching, but try to gain control of the wrists and forearms. We'll do that for a few minutes and then we'll reset.